Welcome back to Euro Transfer Talk, and as we enter the final month of the season, the gossip and rumours are starting to ramp up again. And we've got the best of them from across the continent right here. Let's go! We start in Paris with more news on Neymar's future. Last month we told you that the Brazilian had made a verbal agreement to stay at PSG, although nothing concrete had actually been signed. Well, just a few weeks on and the optimism is once again leaving the Parc des Princes, after the club's sporting director Leonardo went on Spanish TV. In Barcelona to watch PSG's women take on the Blaugranes in the Women's Champions League semi-finals, the 51-year-old Brazilian told El Chingarito that "you have to see everything calmly" when asked about Neymar's future in France. Ambiguous, yes, but also unnerving for fans of Les Parisiennes, who thought a new deal was going to be announced imminently. And this all comes as it once again emerged that Barca were keen on signing their former star, who seems to have been linked with a return to the Camp Nou most summers since his departure in 2017. In fact, the 29-year-old is reportedly the top target for Ronald Koeman's side, with PSG's number 10 being preferred to Erling Haaland. Neymar has previously said he is very happy at PSG, but also that he is in no rush to commit his future to the club that paid a world record fee to sign him. However, with just over a year left on his contract, PSG could be forced to sell him this summer if no decision is made soon. But why does it look like Neymar might well have had a change of heart on his future? Well, that could well be down to one man. As it stands, Lionel Messi's contract at Barcelona is set to expire in just under 2 months. But after Joan Laporta won the club presidential election, it looked increasingly likely that the Argentinian would be staying put in Catalonia. But as you'd expect, it's a complex situation, and the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner has laid out what he wants to see following last summer's high-profile fallout. With Barcelona in financial turmoil, Messi is willing to accept a pay cut on his previous contract. Unsurprising, considering the deal he signed back in 2017 was worth a maximum of €555 million according to leaks back in February. But financial turmoil or not, the 33-year-old wants his club to show ambition in the transfer market, and his friendship with Neymar makes his former Brazilian teammate an ideal target for the club. And Barcelona are prepared to offer Messi a 10-year deal with his lower wage in order to cover his losses, and keep him at the club beyond his retirement as a chief executive. This doesn't mean he will finish his playing career at the Camp Nou though, with his deal, according to the Times, including a provision that would allow Messi to join an MLS side in either 2023 or 2024, whilst remaining an ambassador for Barca, before returning to Spain after a couple of years in America. Very convoluted, yes, but Laporta is preparing to do whatever it takes to keep Messi at the club, especially after reports last week that PSG have now offered a contract to him, the first offer Messi has received from another club. The French side are putting forward a 2-year deal plus the option for a third, as well as the opportunity to keep his number 10 shirt should he join, although we can't imagine how that will go down with their current number 10 Neymar, with part of the reason him leaving Barca 4 years ago being to step out of Messi's shadow. But we want to know what you think. Will Lionel Messi still be a Barcelona player come the start of the new season, or might PSG snatch him away from the Camp Nou? And as for Neymar, where do you think his future lies? Let us know in the comments below. Before I go any further, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Euro Football Daily and hit that notification bell to never miss another brilliant Euro transfer talk. To the Premier League next, where one of Man City's most integral players over recent years could be facing an abrupt end to his time at the Etihad. Raheem Sterling cost the citizens £50 million when they signed him from Liverpool back in 2015, the fee at the time being a record for an English footballer. And during his time under first Manuel Pellegrini and since 2016 Pep Guardiola, Sterling has contributed 199 goals in 287 matches in all competitions. Having scored 64 and set up 38 goals since the beginning of the 2017-18 season, it's clear that Guardiola has come to depend on the 26-year-old quite heavily. But in recent weeks, the Spaniard has switched his reliance to the likes of Phil Foden and Riyad Mahrez. In fact, 26-year-old Sterling has started just 2 of Man City's last 10 Premier League and Champions League fixtures, contributing just 1 assist in that time. And now there's a possibility that the Premier League champions-elect could be willing to move on from the 61-capped Three Lions international, in order to fund moves for other players this summer. Arguably amongst City's most valuable assets, it seems far-fetched that Sterling could be on his way out. However, in order to secure other top targets, his diminished output in the past months could see the Abu Dhabi-run club simply cash in, reportedly rating him as an £80 million player with 2 years left on his deal. With Sergio Aguero already confirmed to be leaving Man City this summer, there is an expectation that the club will be in the market for a striker. And as you'd expect, top of their list is Erling Haaland. The club would need to raise funds in order to sign the Norwegian international though. with reports suggesting he could cost well over €100 million to prize away from Borussia Dortmund this summer, ahead of his release clause activating for just €75 million in 2022. And it is believed that another target, Aston Villa's Jack Grealish, could set City back a similar amount, with the Birmingham club steadfast in their valuation of their talisman. Grealish remains Villa's top creator, having set up 10 goals, as last season's relegation battle has been traded in for mid-table mediocrity. Although they were in contention for a European spot before the Englishman picked up an injury in mid-February, not being able to play since. Whilst there is no doubting his talent, Grealish is already 25 years old and is only 9 months younger than Sterling, the player he is effectively set to replace should this particular transfer merry-go-round take place. So we want to know, would Grealish be an upgrade on Sterling? As ever, let us know down below. Now to the never-ending transfer saga that is Jadon Sancho to Man United. United target Sancho remained at Borussia Dortmund last summer when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side failed to meet the €120 million asking price, despite everything else apparently being in place. This time around though, and the Red Devils have been handed a boost should they continue to pursue Sancho, thanks to BVB sporting director Michael Zorc. Zorc, who himself made over 500 appearances for the Black and Yellow, spoke to German broadcaster ARD over the weekend, where he admitted that there are certain conditions that, if met, would allow Sancho to leave the Westfalenstadion in the upcoming transfer window. Zorc said, "We already had a gentleman's agreement with Jadon last year that he can switch under certain conditions." When specifically asked about Man United's pursuit of the 21-year-old, the former German international said that the English side almost activated the agreement last year, but in the end the requirements were not met. Whilst it's not known exactly what these requirements are, it's believed that last year it referred to the 9-figure asking price for the winger, whilst this season it could well be Champions League qualification. As it stands, Dortmund are in 5th place, 1 place and 1 point outside the qualification spots for Europe's Premier Club competition, and still have to face RB Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen in their final 3 Bundesliga fixtures this campaign. So if Sancho and co do miss out and Man United meet his asking price, which this summer could be as low as €80 million, Dortmund's hand could be forced. One complication, however, is the rumoured interest of PSG, who are said to be monitoring the situation with Neymar and Mbappe not yet signed to new deals. Having spent just €62 million last summer, their lowest since 2014-15, PSG will have an inflated transfer kitty to spend this window. So it's safe to say that Solskjaer's side don't want to enter a bidding war. As an aside, Zorc did also say that there was no gentleman's agreement in place with Haaland. So if he is to be sold this summer, you can bet Dortmund will squeeze as much as they can out of the interested clubs. Sancho though, who has contributed 15 Bundesliga goals this campaign, could well be into his final month as a Borussia Dortmund player. We have some breaking news for you now, as JOSÉ Mourinho has been announced as Roma's next manager in a shock move. Their current boss Paulo Fonseca has been under severe pressure for the last few months, with the Giallorossi's inconsistent form seeing them slip 14 points behind 4th place AC Milan at the time of writing. Former Napoli, Chelsea and Juventus boss Maurizio Sarri has been linked with a move to the Stadio Olimpico for weeks, but has seemingly been overlooked for Mourinho following his sacking by Spurs last month. He has signed a contract until 2024 and will take over ahead of the 2021-22 campaign. He is quoted as saying, "After meetings with the ownership, I immediately understood the full extent of their ambitions for AS Roma. The incredible passion of the Roma fans convinced me to accept the job. This will add an extra layer of spice ahead of Roma's clash against Man United, one of José's former clubs, on Thursday, with the Italian side 6-2 down on aggregate. It'll also mark a return to Italy for the Portuguese after he won a treble and a further league title with Inter Milan between 2008 and 2010. With an ageing squad and a defence with the 12th best record in the league, José will certainly have his hands full. We can't wait to see whether he's up to it." So guys, that was Euro transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? Do you see any of these actually coming true? Let me know in the comments down below and I will do my best to reply to you. If you've enjoyed this video, why don't you click on screen for another great Euro Football Daily video, and I'll catch you next time.